you live that far away. I am. Turn it on. I have sand. What are you talking about? Oh.
When I was over there, I was gonna pop in there, but she was not in. This was a coming in.
Good evening, everyone. It's 5 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Sean Callan.
Here.
Julie Chetney.
Here.
Tom Chapa, yes. Kristen Norfleet.
Here.
Sean Ammacht. Here. Jennifer Salazzo.
Here.
Tim Rice.
Here.
And Leah Norton.
Here.
Welcome, Leah. It's your first time here. Thank you very much for coming. We're looking forward to working with you. If you'd all join me now for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Floor to the public, we have nothing, no one for floor to the public, so we'll move right along. There is, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. So, Jen, thank you. Just bear with me for 1 second, because this is good for me as well. The Oswego City School District Board of Education welcomes public comment to this portion of the meeting using the following guidelines. Each speaker who signed up is permitted 3 minutes for their comments. Speakers may not yield remaining time to others. All comments must be directed to the board president. The board will listen to comments and input, but will not necessarily debate or discuss items. Operational matters will be directed to the school administration for handling. The board is not permitted to address personnel or individual student matters in open session. The board will limit repetitive comments to give time to others wishing to speak, as well as to maintain meeting efficiency. The board president has the authority to end the speaker's comments or close public comment as appropriate. Any additional written correspondence or letters may be directed to the board clerk for distribution to the board. The board expects proper decorum at all times, and all speakers should state their full name and address. Jennifer Cahill.
Good evening. Jennifer Cahill, and tonight I'm here on behalf of OCTA. The Oswego Classroom Teachers Association would like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude for our district's ongoing partnership with the United Way of the Greater Oswego County and its annual Stuff a Bus supply giveaway. We'd also like to give a special shout out to our very own Laura Kelly and her team, along with the National Honor Society, who play such an instrumental role in making this event a success. Your dedication and hard work do not go unnoticed. Thanks to this incredible collaboration, 345 Oswego students received much-needed school supplies this year. Beyond that, families were also able to access essential items like coats, socks, and undergarments, helping to ensure that our students are not only prepared for school, but also supported in their overall well-being. Stuff a Bus is a powerful reminder of what we can accomplish when schools, community members, and organizations like the United Way come together with a shared purpose. Together, we are making a real difference in the lives of our children and the families in our community. Thank you again for everyone who made this possible.
Thank you, Jen. And now we'll move on to acknowledgements. Julie Chetney.
That's me. Okay, I'm on. I'm good. Okay. Announcements. There's lots of them. It's the beginning of the year, so we have lots of news from each school. The middle school, they had a wonderful start to their year. It was great to have the Oswego State athletes welcome the students back. Our new 15-1 class had their first science experiment with solar ovens. Students had to build their ovens and use them to make s'mores. In athletics, the fall athletics are well underway. Right there is a list of when the senior nights are for boys and girls cross countries, the 17th of September, girls swim, the 23rd. Boys soccer, I believe that that's wrong. It is the 29th. Does it say that? Oh, it does say the 29th. Mine says the 25th. Oh, you fixed it. Okay, see? You're good. Girls soccer is the 3rd. Girls volleyball is October 3rd also, and football cheer is October 18th, and boys volleyball is the 24th. Kingsford Park students were all smiles as they were welcomed back to school this year. And I know that they had their annual rainbow photo out back, which was always fun for the kids. Charles Riley, during our introductory faculty meeting to align with our theme of Riley Rises, staff created their own flowers in pots to remind themselves throughout the year we grow and rise to meet our goals daily. Lots of fun and creativity was had by all. Mrs. Haggerty's new kindergarten class had an exciting first day of school as they began exploring and learning about the new places in the building. With wide eyes and curious minds, the students followed their teacher through the hallways, into the cafeteria, the gym, the library, and their very own classroom. At Charles Riley, thanks to some generous winnings from Amanda Barber's book contest, we are thrilled to introduce our brand new sensory hallway. This thoughtfully designed space provides students with a safe and engaging environment to reset and refocus and regulate their emotions through movement and sensory input. Featuring colorful visuals, interactive floor decals, and calming activities, the sensory hallway supports students' physical and emotional well-being, especially those who benefit from sensory breaks throughout the day. It's pretty awesome. High school, we had a great opening week with assemblies both days for students. The first day was behavioral expectations, and the second day covered academic expectations and class meetings. Friday was NFL Jersey Day and our season opener for the varsity football team. The game was well attended and there was a lot of school spirit. In fact, there was. It was pretty awesome to see that stadium full. Also at the high school this morning, the OHS class of 26 hosted their annual senior sunrise on the turf field. This is the kickoff to many class of 2026 events. And at Layton, kindergarten at Layton, there's a photo up here of relaxing and reading in Mrs. Isham's room. And there's a little note that they're going to, of course, focus on a perfect attendance. They are proud to celebrate an exciting milestone, 100% attendance on their very first day of school. And over at Fitzhugh Park on August 12th, Fitzhugh held their annual kindergarten orientation. Our team of kindergarten teachers and staff were excited to introduce themselves as well as provide expectations of what to expect on the first day of school and beyond. A folder of information was provided along with bus tags to add to their backpacks. Also at Fitzhugh is grateful for our community donations that help support us in creating a regulation station over the summer for our students who are in need this year. Our regulation station is equipped with sensory paths, comfortable seating, coloring stations, and a variety of fidgets to use to support our school community. And lastly, at Minetto, their first few days of school has been so much fun. We love seeing our students smile and hearing their laughter. We would like to extend a special thank you to our buildings and grounds crew. Over the summer, the team worked to clean and restore, paint our basketball and tennis courts. They look amazing. That's it. It's busy.
Great. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
And now we move on to the superintendent's report. Dr. Kilmer.
Sure, just a couple of items. It's been a busy start to the year. Last week, we welcomed all of our staff back for professional development days on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then, of course, we invited all of our students back on Thursday. So I'm not sure what people are going to do with a whole 5-day week. They were exhausted on Friday, and they're going to be really exhausted at the end of this week. It's a really busy time for everyone in the district. Just because the start of school doesn't necessarily mean everyone is done and ready. We've actually had over 40 enrollments just over the last 2 weeks, or 2.5 weeks approximately. And so, the registration office is very busy, special education office, transportation. There's lots of new enrollees that are coming in every day, which is not atypical for the start of a school year. So we're so excited to be welcoming many. We are excited that all of our students were able to stay within their home school. I know last year, the board, we talked a lot about trying to ensure, doing everything that we could to make decisions that ensure that students, when they enrolled, were able to attend their home school versus maybe being bused to a different school. We did have to increase one grade level at Layton, 4th grade, to make that happen, and we did that early on in August, but we've got room at our all grade levels, so that's great. Pre-K enrollment, there is still some room. Most of our buildings are full in the mornings, but we have quite a bit of room in the afternoons at all of our buildings. Our full day program is full at this time. I know we've talked a lot about continuing our conversation about UPK in the district, expanding opportunities for more full day at more buildings, and so that will be more of our conversation that will happen later on this fall. But we do absolutely have room for those individuals, again, in the afternoon. Our transportation department's been working really hard. When you're talking about around 3,600 students enrollment and then transporting students twice a day, it's a heavy lift. We do have an increased number of drivers this year as compared to last, so that's a positive, but we're still short. It's still very, very tight. We have absolutely had a number of runs that have run on the long side, especially in the afternoons. And we're working hard at trying to address those and bring those down kind of along the way. But a huge thank you to our transportation team and transporting our students to and from school safely. And thank you to all of our staff, our custodians, maintenance, buildings and grounds, our teachers, support staff, everyone, for really helping to create a positive environment to welcome our students back. One of the pieces that was talked about by Julie earlier was we had our first home game, varsity football home game. As I think most of you know, that was the first game that we used our open gate system, the weapons detection system, for an athletic event or extra curricular public event. We rolled those out last April at the middle school and high school. We talked about starting to use those at the varsity football events, but then also starting to have conversations about where else might we utilize those. So that will be some additional conversation that we'll have this fall as to where else should we look at those or any other systems. Again, we're constantly reviewing our safety and security protocols across the district, and that was just one other piece. Being there on Friday night, things seem to move very smoothly. It seems as if most people don't think twice because they're almost identical to systems that they see in lots of public places across the state. And so it seems to be a low-risk opportunity for parents or families to walk through, but one more level of safety and security for us. Just an update on the floors that we talked about at the last meeting. Layton floor is ready to go. We did reseal it. That took well. Weather conditions were appropriate and worked for us, and so that seems to be holding very well for us. And then we're doing some spot addressing of some of the high school areas and expect the same. We've been fortunate that humidity levels, and it's been a little on the cooler side for the start of the school year. So that's helped. Again, the high school gyms were already a part of the 24 project. So those are already on track, and we've started to take a look at pulling in the Layton gymnasium floor as well, if we can, into the 24 project, but that will come a little bit later down the road as we look at what the bidding environment is and what the costs are, but more to come ultimately on that. Just a reminder for our entire community that our Connects Care school-based health center is open. It is at Layton. They provide services anywhere from well visits, sports physicals, school immunizations, illness visits, dental, mental health. Very easy for high school and Layton students. They can literally walk across the street for high school. Layton, they're simply called out of a classroom and walk down. So it's super easy and convenient for anyone that has children at the high school and Layton. But it is something that's available to all children of the Oswego City School District. We don't currently have transportation between the other buildings and the health center, but it is something that we're looking at trying to expand this year, just to make it easier for our families and their children to access healthcare when they may not be able to get time off of work to facilitate that. So more hopefully to come on that. If you want more information, you can call 315-602-9000. They're ready to make appointments or answer any questions, or you can go to the Connects Care website, and there's information on that as well. And then upcoming board meetings on October 7th and October 21st, we have our building level action plan presentations. 3 action plans will be presented on October 7th, some elementary schools, and then the other 4 buildings, a couple more elementary, middle, and high school, will be presented on October 21st. All I have.
Thank you. And we don't have any committee discussions. Kristen, is there anything you'd like to say or anything? No, we'll hold off. But I'm on the policy committee now, and I got to tell you, it's very active. That's all I'm going to say. That was has nothing to do with me. I'm just. So if we move on to the consent agenda, if I can get a motion to accept items A and B of the consent agenda.
I'll move.
Thank you, Julie. Can I get a second? Thank you, Kristen. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. We move on to curriculum. Curriculum, the NISMA, New York State School Music Association trip, December 4th through the 7th, 2025. Can I get a motion on that?
I'll move.
Thank you, Kristen. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Sean. Discussion. I would like to say congratulations to everyone going on the trip, and just to point out, Leah, that you're one of our students going on that trip, so congratulations. I think it's awesome. We've got a number of students, both as alternates and performers as well. So I just want to say congratulations, and congratulations to all. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Now, if we move on to personnel, without objection, if I can group together items A through I. Items A through I of personnel. Can I get a motion, please?
Move to accept.
Yep.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tim.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jen, on the second. Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, Tom, under retirement, just want to thank and appreciate Joyce in her teaching assistant role for the 7 years that she served the school district. And hopefully at the end of the year, as we talked about at the last board meeting, when we try to get all the retirees together to celebrate everything that they contribute to the school district, that Joyce will be there. But definitely thank you for her service.
Okay. Thank you, Sean. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. And we move on to finance. Can we group items A through E? A through E. Can I get a motion for items A through E?
I'll move.
Thank you, Julie. A second? Thank you, Tim. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motions carry. And can we just pull out item F, move projected 2024-2025 general fund surplus to the 2024 capital reserve effective June 30th, 2025. Can I get a motion for that, please?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Sean. Second? Thank you, Sean. Second. Discussion. I just wanted to say, make note that we're moving this over there to anticipate the projects, they're in line capital project coming up, and moving that to fund our new capital reserve fund that was authorized last vote. And that is a great opportunity for us to be able to have that money and have it in there so we can move these projects along in the future to guarantee that we're going to be able to execute them. So That's
So just, yeah, real quick, just to bring people back to the long-range facility plan. So we did that work 2 years ago, developing a long-range facility plan, voting on projects every other year. So we're again in the middle of the 24 project in that process. That was funded through capital reserve that we already had. There is an additional $1 million of capital reserve currently sitting in the old capital reserve. At that October referendum, we also asked the voters to not only approve the 24 project, but to also establish a $15 million new capital reserve. Because again, when you establish a capital reserve, you can only go to the max and then you need a new one. It's not as if you can spend and then add additional funds afterwards. It's not how it works. It's a single-time authorization. So we can save up to $15 million in the new capital reserve. The $15 million was selected because we projected over the course of, I think, the 5 projects that we had laid out, doing about $175 million worth of work using nothing but capital reserve. But we would have needed close to $20 million of capital reserve to get all of that work done over time. This funding ensures that we have all of the local share, if you will, ready to go for the 26th project, which again, we'll start talking about next spring and summer, and then likely go to our voters next fall to vote on a project for that 26th project.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Can I group together without objection items G through J? Items G through J. Can I have a motion?
So move.
Thank you, Kristen. And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Julie. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. And finally, item K, resolution for settlement of Oswego Harbor Power LLC tax certiorari. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll move.
And thank you, Julie. And a second? Thank you, Tim. Any discussion?
Just quickly, it may go without saying, but the settlement means that we're buying an outcome that we know what we're going to get. If you don't settle it, they're certainly seeking more money. If you put it in the hands of the judge, it could be more what they want than what we want. So this takes away the mystery of how this could resolve, ends the litigation, ends the cost of the attorneys, and gives us an outcome that is something that we find acceptable. So I would encourage everybody to approve it.
Am I correct that the money for that will come from our tax certiorari reserve? Correct. And so that's funded nicely. Thank you for our previous boards for doing that. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries 7-0. And now, it's time for our student representative discussion. Leah Norton, welcome.
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to talk a little bit about me first. So obviously my name is Leah Norton. I've been treasurer of my class for 4 years. I'm a part of NHS, Student Council, and Interact Club. I also am in marching band, winter drumline, and I do the musicals. I'm in competition dance, and in the future, I want to go into music education. I wanted to be the student representative because I want to be a part of the change, and if there's anything I can do to help the student body, I want to do it. The only thing I had to bring up today, I think, was the phone policy, which a lot of students going into the school year were very concerned about not being able to have their phones on them all throughout the school day. But I've talked to a lot of people, and they all said they're fine with it, and they honestly don't really care about it. They feel more, I personally and a lot of other people have felt more present in the classroom, and I feel like I've actually focused better, and I've talked to people face to face instead of texting all throughout the day. And then some upcoming student events. The next football varsity home game a lot of kids like to attend is September 19th. And then we have our pageant of champions for the marching band on September 27th. We have 11 bands coming to that competition, so it'll be pretty packed, which is exciting. And then, of course, this morning, which was already said, we had our senior sunrise, which went very well. We got a couple food donations, and then some hot chocolate, and we were able to watch the sunrise and have a fun time with our class. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say real quick, Lee and I got a chance to meet on Friday, and she and I have a regular meeting scheduled every Friday before every board meeting. But Leah made it crystal clear that she is super excited to expand the role of the student member, looking for more opportunities to bring student voice and just kind of connect. We talked a little bit about something that the policy committee talked about was how does the student board member connect with not just high school, but all buildings and finding ways. And she was really excited about the opportunity to maybe connect with student councils at all of the buildings. So I'm really excited to have Leah as a part of this group and to work with Leah. I think she's going to bring some great things moving forward. So welcome, Leah.
Any items from the board?
I do.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank Buck Boosters for being great partners to the district. They put out signs the night before the first day of school at all the buildings welcoming everybody back. I thought that it really helped with the excitement that we all have for the new school year. I also wanted to congratulate Jenny Sullivan for doing a really great job at her rear entrance in decorating for everybody to come back. I admit that I may have helped with some of the Buck Booster signs, and I saw that she had gone through that effort, and I just wanted to tell her it was noticed, and it's really, really great. And I also heard a lot of feedback about how many people were at the football game, and that even though, sadly, we lost, that it was a great experience for everybody. And so that's always a positive as well, to have a lot of people attending a sporting event.
Any other items from the board?
I thought Jabber would bring it up, but I will. And trying to, is the field full for the Buck Booster Golf Tournament? So if you're a golfer, if you're not a golfer, it's pretty, over the years, I've had a lot of people compliment that tournament and what the boosters do, because you get to go out, play golf, but the games with the student athletes, whether it be soccer, basketball, hockey sticks on the putting green, and those different challenges that are out there, and having that many student athletes present at the golf tournament is really something special. So regular golfers who just like to golf, their first time after participating in the Buck Booster tournament, they go away, and it's just like they're really appreciative of it, and it's more than golf. So hopefully we can fill the field. A couple weeks left, but it's a great experience and a lot of fun up at the Oswego Country Club, and appreciate the boosters hosting that.
Great.
That just brings one thing, just as a reminder as we're starting off a school year. The Buck Boosters is one of many organizations that support students throughout the district. There are HSAs at all of our buildings. There is a booster club for marching band. There are parent groups that are constantly looking for ways to support the district and our students. And I just ask people to keep their eyes out. Stuff a Bus is a huge undertaking that Laura Kelly, she starts in the spring, goes all summer long, and then in 2 days, she just gives out thousands and thousands, along with many other volunteers, of items to our students. So this is just a nice opportunity for people just to take notice, whether it's in your home building or out around the community. There are lots of ways that you can get involved, whether it's through volunteering or simply donating, all in the name of helping and supporting Oswego City School District, and more importantly, Oswego City students.
And I'll just jump on that as well, because last night I had the opportunity to go to the Fitchie Park HSA meeting and just to sit in and observe, and the dedication that they have, the commitment they have, all the number of different projects they have going on to help out kids in the district or at Fitchie. And I commend them all for being there. Again, they're volunteering their time as well, and it was great to see that. So, nothing else. We have a reason for executive session. It is collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law, and also the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation. Can I get a motion to move to executive? Thank you, Julie. And a second? Thank you, Tim. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you very much, everyone.